Hi everyone, I'm Keith Robinson, Director at Ammonite Data. The video about to watch is a conversation between me and our data expert Tony Lamb on perfecting your data presentation skills online. So you can hear us discuss the problem and challenges that Tony sees with presenting skills. We're going to give an overview of our solution to the problem, which is our workshop that we run in conjunction with Tony, which is really going to take your presenting skills to the next level, especially in this online world that we're heading into. So Tony's a real authority figure in this area. He's previously head of data strategy at the Royal Mail, so he's got some real world experience that he's packaged up into a really cool workshop that is really going to help you. So if you're interested to find out more, please fill out the inquiry form below, or if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, head to our site and you can get in touch with us by there. Enjoy. What are the typical mistakes you see people make, Tony?
Well, it's fairly similar to a lot of presenting issues that you see. You'll have done your research, your analysis, you'll be experts in your subject matter, and you'll be really passionate about that, and you'll love the detail. But the reality is, if you're talking to the leaders of the business, they're not really going to want to understand the detail. You're going to be talking a different language to them. They're not going to understand the nuances, the background, everything else. They just want the high-level facts. If you're talking to your peers, they will want all the detail. They'll understand it. So even though you've got the same overall message, the way you deliver that message is very different depending on your audience. They all need different things. Yeah, absolutely. So people get really passionate about the detail and just confuse the audience.
Yeah.
So they give too much detail, you go down a little rabbit warren, you get tied up in it, people don't really understand what you're talking about, and the conversations just spiral and go off track, and you lose your audience quickly.
Yeah.
So it's why you need to think very, very carefully around what the sort of key message is. So a lot of my time I spent working with the data teams, the data scientists, understanding what the key insights were, and then building a story around those key insights. And effectively, what you end up doing is playing the role of an editor. And as you're very passionate about your story, about your knowledge, you want to put everything in there, but actually everything just confuses things. At a very high level, that we could see most of the UK population, certainly most of the properties in the UK. So we created a headline figure. So the fact that you could see 99% of UK properties from our insight just became the mantra, and everyone remembered that. So it's just creating something that's very memorable, very high level, but something that people can use and understand is a very, very powerful, powerful thing to do. And that they didn't need to understand the detail of that. They just got the sort of the headline message across.
Now, Tony, given that we're all online and presenting virtually perhaps for the first time, what's your thoughts on how it's changed or stay the same?
Well, the fundamentals are still the same. What you get is certain accentuations because of the technology. So the technology is great, is that, it doesn't take you all the time to sort of travel to meetings. You can use your time a lot more effectively. You can reach global audiences easily, but your level of engagement with that audience is restricted. So this medium allows you to do certain things, but it's not the same as being in the room with people. Your ability to control the room is a lot less. So it means that you have to use techniques, you have to use your structure. A lot of the core principles around presenting, you need to refine a lot more because it becomes so much more important in this virtual medium. So what we want to do is effectively give you sort of 3 tool sets at your fingertips. So the first thing is that we call the ACE methodology, which really sort of distills the 3 areas of presentations down. So ACE stands for align, clarity, and engage. So by that, the alignment piece is very much being very clear around what your key message is and the action you want to get as a consequence of your presentation. But you need to align that to the needs of the audience. So as I said beforehand, depending on your audience, the message is going to be very different. Or the way you deliver that message is going to be very different, even though the end conclusion may well still be the same. So your peers, your manager, your leaders, they're all going to need a different message. So the alignment is thinking very much around how your high-level conclusions, how your sort of key insights are relevant to the audience you're talking to.
Yeah, great.
So that's the first section.
Yep.
Clarity section looks very much around the structure, making sure you've got a clear message, so people can follow what you're saying, they understand the logic, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the sort of the clarity piece.
Yeah.
And also obviously that your slides aren't confusing. So we'll look very much around how some good tips of how you present data clearly.
Yeah.
Then the engagement piece is really how you create that connection with the audience. So we've got lots of tips and techniques. Some of them have actually come from award-winning TED presenters.
Yeah.
As well. So we've pulled together a lot of insight, a lot of the latest thinking, really to look at how you can engage an audience, given the fact you've got a virtual interface that you're dealing with. You're not in the room with them.
Yeah.
But fundamentally, a lot of the techniques are still similar. You don't do something completely different just because you're in a virtual environment. What you need to do is focus on certain things because they become so much more important due to the medium.
Hey everyone, me again. I know if you watched this far, you're interested to find out how this workshop is going to help you be more successful and more effective data presenter. So why don't you get in touch now, fill out the form below or head to our site if you're on our YouTube channel, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.